Prioritize mental and social well-being. Huffington Post published back in 2013 something that we can certainly relate to even today, and that is, quote, "To survive the expansion and exponential growth of the age we live in, we can and must adopt new strategies to help us change ourselves, our habits, our working conditions, and ultimately the stressed out world that causes us to be this way," end quote. Stress has no specific target audience and affects everyone, regardless of age, professions, or where you come from. To add to this, the spread of global illness and social distancing across the globe is creating an atmosphere of fear and worry. When public events are canceled, we're in isolation, and we can no longer freely travel until further notice. This will also escalate the level of stress we're experiencing. That can lead not only to chronic stress and anxiety, but also lower our immune system strength and potentially make us ill in the long term. The following 3 tips will help you manage stress and anxiety in challenging times. Let's start with maintaining a healthy mind and body. Avoid spending too much watching the news. If you find yourself spending significant time reading news media coverage and notice it's making you anxious, consider limiting yourself to checking the news just 1 or 2 times per day and for a limited amount of time. Try to feed your mind with positive messages and avoid social media channels which bring negative news or content that is not adding value to your peace of mind. Stay active at home. Watch YouTube or live streaming of various fitness instructors who are offering free sessions and great ways to keep up with your exercises while at home. There are many options you have to do at home, from high-intensity cardio workouts to yoga to circuit training to using your body weight. Get creative. It's important itself to understand that stress is not good or bad for us. It's our perception and our interpretation of it is what makes it good or bad. Mindfulness. Being mindful of inner chatter. What you say to yourself affects your mood, actions, attitudes, and even your mental and physical health. What you say to yourself in your mind matters even more than what you say out loud, because what you say to yourself in your mind often goes with being unnoticed, and thus you are unaware of why something is happening. But in fact, if you pay attention, it is usually coming from your subconscious and what you've been feeding it over the years. Our internal dialogue affects how we perceive ourselves and the world around us. To change your reality or to improve it in one way or another, you must absolutely be mindful of what you tell yourself. It has been shown repeatedly that often our thoughts create our own reality. If you could create the life with your thoughts and intentions, wouldn't you want to create something good and positive? Well, you can, but first you must master your mind. Be aware. Try to be as thoughtful as you can of the things you're saying to yourself. Next time you're talking with yourself, because we all do, pay attention to the words that you use. Are they negative? What value do they add? Are they true? You might be quite surprised about how often you speak negatively to yourself. The key to this is not being judgmental. The goal is to be aware and start changing those words into positives. For example, if you're doing something and you're not sure what or how to do it, you might say to yourself, "I cannot get through this." Instead, replace it with, "I don't know what is next, but I'm open and ready to face the uncertainty and absorb it as an opportunity." Try to acknowledge what you say first and then remind yourself that it isn't helpful. Many times, what you generally say to yourself goes unnoticed. By being more aware of the monologue inside your mind, chances are you're much more likely to challenge those thoughts. Speak to yourself in third person. Experts suggest, while in the time of distress and or during the time of reminiscing painful experiences of the past, speaking to yourself in third person, using your own name and non-first name pronouns, can help you stay calm, composed, and collected without any additional cognitive effort. You might feel a bit silly doing so at first, but it proves to have a great positive impact and becomes normal quite fast. It allows you to look at yourself from the outside and often allows you to be less judgmental towards yourself. It's a good way to start practicing positive self-talk. And finally, practice positive self-talk. Just when you think and say anything negative about yourself, reevaluate the position and rethink of the speech you were about to say. It's important to learn to stop saying negative words to yourself. After stopping speaking the negative words, rethink about those negative and hurtful words and convert them into positive words that are more helpful. Speaking positively about yourself will make you more confident and capable in your daily life, providing you the positive energy to take on any difficulties in life. Now let's look at reducing your stress and counteracting your stress by adopting healthy habits. Find ways to relax. Recall moments in which you felt the most relaxed. When you begin to feel stressed, you can find an easy escape by revisiting these times in your mind. Often we always have a choice, and when stress arises. For example, in the current challenging situation, we have a choice to see it as a good challenge or opportunity for growth and learning, or we see it as something bad and scary and something that is going to create obstacles for our way forward. In either case, the specific situation is temporary, but will not go away in the near future. But choosing how we wish to view it is what makes the difference. This, of course, is easier said than done, because it is in our human nature to go into survival mode and thus go into defense and try to find this situation we're currently in. But what if, in fact, we change our mindset about situation? Then, even with the hardest situations can be turned into opportunities. And stress turns into positive drive and energy, and the situation becomes positive in the long term versus negative. Watch something light and funny to release stress. Spend some time cooking or reading or creating art or content or doing other activities which bring you joy. Make time to disconnect from others if you are sharing a home with someone. For example, communicate with your family and schedule a timeout period where you let other persons spend some time alone in the room, if that is possible. Or even just as simple as putting on your headphones and taking a moment to meditate or disconnect from the current moment can do the trick. Communication with those you're sharing a home with at this time is essential. This will ensure a healthy environment for all and maintain some sort of normalcy. And finally, do stay connected to the outside world. Maintain social connections is one of the most important things you can do to support your own mental health as well as others. Make a point of reaching out to those you love to keep up relationships strong, even if we keep our physical distance. This is especially important for those with depression, anxiety, and other mental health conditions. Schedule coffee meetings and even dinners with others virtually. Turn on the camera and have a meal together remotely. Share positive news of what is working well for you at this time. If you are a parent or living with kids, with schools being remote, this is an opportunity to spend more quality time with the kids. Set aside some time to spend with each of your children and asking them what they would like to do. It can be as simple as reading a book, looking at photos, going for a walk, dancing, doing a chore together, playing games, or helping them study. Maintain a structure for the kids. Plan the day with them, including creating a school schedule. It is normal, especially in these times, to feel anxious and stressed. At these times, it's important to know that it's okay to reach out and ask for help. Talk to friends, family, or professionals can help you get through this time.